Good.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I hope everybody had a great weekend. For today's meeting, we did have a speaker that is unfortunately not able to attend today. He'll be coming, that's Frank Herrera. He had a emergency this morning that didn't enable him to come to our meeting this morning. However, I believe he will be here next week for a series of 6 meetings and stuff. So, but we do have 3 new affiliates that are going to come on board. We'll let them talk in just a little bit. But before we do so, I just wanted to go over a couple of things. First and foremost, I want to welcome Annie Lynn to our home. Annie Lynn, welcome. She's a new agent that just came on board last week. So welcome aboard, everybody. She's part of the CBGR family. A couple of birthdays that are upcoming. Connor Pollard, happy birthday. Maria Losada, happy birthday. David Lim, happy birthday. And Tim Hugh, happy birthday. As far as event reminders or agent reminders, I only have 2. The training at 10 o'clock this morning, at 10 o'clock on Friday. So we'll have that training on that day. And then also a reminder for, I know the email went out again today for anybody that is interested in commercial real estate. Please email me and I will put you on that list. Okay. So those are the 2 reminders that I wanted to let everybody know of. Lastly, before I hand it out to Doug, I want to, there's going to be a drawing today. So please, if your name shows as iPhone or some sort of some name other than your name, please change it by clicking on those 3 dots on your Zoom. So that way you can qualify for the drawing today. Okay. The drawing will be a little later today and stuff. With that, I'll hand it over to Doug so he can go ahead and do his intro.
Ruben, I don't think Doug is able to make it today.
He's not here today.
Yeah, medical appointment. So let's skip
okay.
him.
No worries.
Sorry,
So
sorry to give you a.
We'll just go to the next person. Peter, you're up.
Me? Oh, okay. I thought you were going to introduce the affiliate first.
I can. You want me to do that?
Yeah,
first?
why don't we let the affiliate first, and then I'll.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce the affiliates that I am familiar with first, and then we'll move on to I'll let Anthony introduce the affiliates that he's been working with. Okay. So right off the top, I see Marie. Marie, good morning. How are you?
Well, thank you for having me this morning. First of all, I want to say hello to everybody. I feel like I haven't seen you guys for a while. Just want to say hello, let you know that I'm here to help you grow your business. I'm always available to you if you need items for your farming. If you have listing appointments and you need net sheets, just please feel free to call me. Again, whatever you need, I'm available for you. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Marie. I appreciate it. I see John Wax is with us too.
Good morning, Coldwell Banker George family. I'm John Wax with Snap NHD. Been in the business for over 28 years for all your NHD tax and environmental needs. I look forward to working with you and consulting with you and your clients so you have a smooth transaction. My information is in the chat. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, John. All right, Mark Liu, good to see you.
Good morning, everybody. It's good to be back in U.S. soil again. Was in Nicaragua last week. Amazing that the average income there is only $250 a month, but the need is great, and so I'm able to give back because you guys assist me with placing business. So I do insurance and for property insurance needs, and just know that when your clients have either mud flows, leaks, flooding as a result of the rain that comes from outside in, that is not a covered peril under any home insurance or condo policy. Thanks so much.
Mark,
yes, sir.
Do you carry the homeowners insurance?
I do.
Okay, so
home, condo, HO6, and commercial.
And commercial too, huh?
Yes.
For the owner's insurance, do they cover like theft.
When I'm sorry, are you talking about home
Like
insurance?
burglary or
Yes.
theft from the
Home
home?
insurance, both home insurance and the condo HO6 covers theft of items. Now, certain items such as jewelry and cash and things have a limitations, but you could bump that up. But if they happen to take your TV set, your appliances, your furniture and whatnot, it's quite a large amount. So oftentimes it's below the policy limit. So that is a covered item.
I see. What about the designer bags like Hermes and
It is covered as long as you can prove that it's not a counterfeit. So the burden of proof is on the insured, you know, and so the best thing to do is to have receipts. The second best is to take very, very good pictures of the inside and out, because as you know, the real quality bags have specific sewings and trademarks that one can tell that is a genuine versus a counterfeit.
Yeah, the most of the designer bag companies, they have customer accounts where they can reprint the invoices for many years back.
Peter, I'm not used to buying my wife that kind of purse, but hopefully someday. You're a good man.
Okay. Well, I'm just wondering. Thank you, Mark.
By the way, he's talking about purses that are in the tens of thousands for those of you who aren't in that market.
Yeah, those bags are expensive. Some are like 25 grand a piece.
Yeah, UNITA has a bunch of them, I know.
Not me, okay? Maybe UNITA would have fun.
I'm teasing.
All right, let's move on. Okay, good morning, Sunny Kim. How are you?
Good. Good morning. Sunny Kim from Valley View Home Loan Direct Lender. There is a down payment assistance available for first-time home buyers. Definition of first-time home buyer is borrower who has not owned the home in last 3 years. They can get an assistance for down payment and also for the closing costs. And those two assistance, you don't need to make a payment. However, you do need to pay off the loan after you sell or refi in the future. It's a good program for first-time home buyer, and there's nothing that extra needs to be done other than borrower need to get pre-qualified first and also do a home counseling. They need to do a home counseling before final approval. So if you have any question about this type of program, or if you know any buyer who's interested, please feel free to call me. I'm gonna put my phone number on the chat, and everybody just have a wonderful day and the rest of the week. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Sunny. Okay, let's move over to Annie Fan. Good morning, Annie. How are you?
I'm great. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, and thank you so much for getting me on this Zoom. And wanted to give you a title tip. Is title companies, we can help you with the farming, even though the market is changing. That what we need to do is to find the ready buyers and sellers. So we do have a most likely to sell data we can provide. That's part of Chicago Title's tools. Would love to schedule a one-on-one meeting with you to help you map up your 2023 farming. Would love to schedule a one-on-one and have an amazing week. Thank you.
Thank you, Annie.
Thank you, Annie. Okay, let's go to, good morning, UNITA. How are you?
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Coldwell Banker George. UNITA Wu from Home Warranty of America, your 13 months home warranty. So you get additional 1 month free every single time when you order the home warranty. And if you do need any help on the home warranty needs, please feel free to reach out to me directly. I do speak Chinese Mandarin, I speak Indonesian, and I do speak English as well. And we're here to help you help out. And another thing that is really nice about having a home warranty with us, we have a concierge service. If you and your client have issue with the claim, please reach out directly to my concierge, and we could be able to help you. You know, buying a home warranty is really easy because it takes about 5 minutes, but then you need somebody to have your back when there is a claim issue. Right now, there's a lot of roof leaking, and coming up summer is going to have AC coming up too with the heating system too. So let me know how can we be able to help you, and thank you again for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, UNITA.
Thank you. All right, let's move over to Maureen. Good morning, Maureen.
Good morning, Maureen McCune with the Mortgage Group, Mortgage Broker Group. What I wanted to talk to you about today was roof repair. I've been hearing a lot of that about from my other affiliates here. When doing a real estate loan transaction, the appraiser does check briefly to see if there's any roof damage. And the number one way that they can tell is by going inside the house and looking up at the ceiling. So if they see evidence of maybe old water spots or new water spots, they're going to note that on the appraisal. The appraisal then goes to the underwriter and then she reviews the appraisal. If she sees that it calls out for, gosh, maybe a roof inspection of some kind, or maybe there was roof damage, then she will ask for that to be done. So it's important that either the buyer or the seller pay for this. It doesn't matter who pays for it. It just is a health and safety issue that must be taken care of before a transaction can close. So just to let you know that, okay? Rates are doing okay. They're in the 6% range today, 30-year fix. If you have any questions, give me a call back or email, text, whatever. Maureen McCune with the Mortgage Group. Thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you,
looks like the mortgage rates has stabilized or even came down a little bit, huh, Maureen?
Right, it has. This Friday it was like 5.99-ish, which is still 6%, but still it looks like it's going down. I did hear word though that online that looks like the Feds could raise the rates again a quarter, but we shall see.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Maureen. Let's move over to Brandon. Good morning, Brandon.
Morning, Ruben. Morning, Peter. Morning, CBG. Hope everyone's having a fantastic week. Those of you who are at the West San Gabriel board would have seen me in my lovely God of Fortune or Fortune God outfit. So I have retired till next year. I hope everyone is, I know a lot of you have probably been reached out on your tax information. We know this is tax time of year. So something that we just brought out on our website that makes it really easy to look up your tax information. That's where you'll find your like supplemental taxes and a lot of the tax information without ordering a report. You'll go to our website and I'll put the link in the chat. All you have to do is go in there, put in your address, and you'll be able to pull up that information. Or if you're looking to prospect and looking for ways to have information when you go to those listing pitches, this is another great way for you to put that information in, get that information, and then go into that listing pitch with that information, being able to be that local area expert, knowing that property and being able to educate your potential clients on what ways they can use that tax information to understand, what they can do further with that. So like those Prop 19, all that information will just be able to help you. So I'll put my info in the chat. Great to see you guys and have a fantastic February.
Brandon, you mean
Yep.
you mean that you have an app that we can look up the property tax and supplemental taxes very quickly?
Yep.
We have
And
to go
it's right
through
on
you,
our
or can we
website.
just go to the app and just type in the address and then
Yep.
look for
Yep.
what is it?
It's our website. So that's FANHD.com. And then it'll have a little link on the top that says tax estimator.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
good.
Yeah.
But they do look up the records that is in the assessor's office, right?
Right.
Okay, that's
Yep.
good. That's good. Good information.
Yeah, of course. Tax season, right?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. All right, I think that's all the affiliates that that we've had in the past. I'm gonna hand it over to Anthony so he can introduce the affiliates that he's bringing on board.
Thank you
Anthony?
so much. Thank you so much, Ruben. So from where I've worked at, affiliates are key to our success. They're part of our ecosystem. I want to introduce a couple of people that work with me that I have success with. First is Lori Kim from Provident Title. Lori, if you can talk about your services and what you do.
Good morning and Happy New Year. Thank you for allowing me to introduce myself at your meeting today. My name is Lori Kim with Provident Title, and I have over 15 years of experience in the escrow business. So I'm able to handle title issues and provide a level of expertise to you and your clients with a sense of urgency. I would also like an opportunity to sit down with you so we can strategize on effectively marketing your farm to help grow your listing business. So please call me at 818-565-9500 or email me at lori@providenttitle.com. I look forward to hearing from you soon and meeting you in person, but I do have an update for you if you have a second. And this is an important change in the city transfer tax. Effective April 1st of 2023, they're imposing a new city transfer tax in the city of Los Angeles. Currently, the transfer tax rate is 0.56%. And that's going to go up for any commercial or real estate properties exceeding $5 million. So property for a $5 million plus, they're going to add on additional 4%. And any amount above 10 million, they're going to add on 5.5%. So, for example, if there's a $20 million property that's being sold, the total transfer tax on that will be $1.212 million.
Wow.
So basically $112,000, the current transfer tax, plus the new transfer tax, which is $1.1 million. So, but they haven't specified or allocated what who's going to pay for it. So it's subject to negotiation at this point. So I just wanted to share that with you. And if you follow me on Facebook, I usually, update my followers on, any important real estate related news. So my Facebook is Lori Kim, of course. So please reach out to me, and I would love to help grow your business. Thank you.
Laurie,
Yes,
now the transfer tax is usually paid by the owner or the seller.
right.
And in this case, you're not sure that who's going to pay for it?
Yeah, that's the thing. They haven't, specified exactly who's going to pay for this additional tax. So I'm interested to know, and I'm sure they will announce that before they roll it out on April 1st.
Mhm.
But as of now, they're just kind of leaving it up to negotiation. But
So what you're doing a deal now, you better specify who's going to pay for that. Otherwise, it'll be, a
exactly,
lot of troubles later on.
right. So if you have an investor or developer that has property they're probably trying to sell right now, encourage them to sell before April 1st, obviously. This is a huge increase.
Yes.
And they're planning on using this money to help the homeless.
Right.
So
Understand.
that was the ballot measure that passed.
And right now it's only for LA City, but I think it's surely going to spread to other cities as well.
Exactly. And
So
currently they're projecting this, to just be a 10-year or 15-year thing, but you know how it is. They're going to extend that.
yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori. And one of the keys to my past success, my old office was a great lender that got a lot of stuff to the finish line. I want to introduce Henry's team. It's Henry, Skip, and Mikey. Henry, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Anthony. My name is Henry, and good morning, everyone. I'm the regional manager at ClearPoint Mortgage. We're excited to be a new affiliate with CB George Realty. Really looking forward to working with your team. We are a direct lender. We're local. Our corporate office is here in Monterey Park. We've assembled a team of seasoned mortgage professionals that are exclusively assigned to work with the George Realty team. I've personally been in the mortgage industry for over 30 plus years. Previously headed the mortgage lending division at East West Bank and Fortune Bancorp and several other financial institutions, too many to mention. So if I can ever assist in helping you with your transactions or structuring a deal, I'm happy to do so. In terms of loan options, we can pretty much offer any product your client will need, including conventional FHA, VA. We have some BOE only programs and down payment assistance programs. And in the coming weeks, we'll also be able to offer some commercial and multifamily programs for those of you involved with CRE transactions. So I would just say stay tuned, and my team and I will be looking forward to getting a chance to meet all of you and working closely with your clients and your borrowers. And we hope to earn your trust and your referrals. And then I also want to just introduce Skip McBride, who's also part of my team. Skip, if you want to say a few words.
Yeah, no, I just, my experience background, have over 20 years of experience working in lending on the production end of it and sales and loan officer experience. Worked with Henry in the past couple years here. So really excited about the relationship and working with everybody. And I think with our product suite, our expanded product suite, it's a great fit for all clients, first-time home buyers and experienced home buyers as well. So like Henry mentioned, look forward to meeting with everybody and continue our relationship. And thank you, Anthony, for the opportunity.
Well, I understand that you guys are coming on board February the 1st, so that we'll be working with you on the 1st, right? Henry?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Well, looking forward to working
We're
with
looking
you.
forward to we're coming in and get a chance to come in the office and meet with all of you.
Okay, sounds good. Looking forward to meeting you.
Thanks.
You too.
Thanks, Skip.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Okay,
you too, Peter
all right.
and Ruben.
Thank you.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Skip. Thanks, Henry. Yeah, they will be joining us February the 1st, and looking forward to a lot of the new tools we have at George. Back to you, Ruben.
I'm sorry, Anthony?
Back to you.
Oh, okay. Okay, so let me hand it over to Peter. I'm not sure if Peter, do you have any updates today, or were you not prepared?
No, I'm just going to talk a little bit
Okay.
about the market a little bit. Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you had a nice weekend. The last weekend was not as traumatic as the of the week before that. You know, we didn't have any mass shooting or any tragic events. But nevertheless, the market is still a little bit slow. Granted that but there's nothing to be really discouraged about, because there are some good news on the horizon. First one is that the Fed is going to put a brake on the interest hike. Instead of hiking it for 50 percentage point, they are thinking of just 0.25%. So that's a good news, because that means that the mortgage rate will be not be increased as much as either. So the reason for that is because the inflation data for December was pretty encouraging, and it's down to 5% instead of like 6.5% in November. So I think it's a very encouraging news. So we are hoping for a soft landing in 2023, and the recession, they will not be as severe as we expected it to be. And another good news is that China is opening the market, and then it will spur a lot of activity economically throughout the world. The stock market is having a little bit rebound too in the Asian market, so that's good news also. And a little bit of fringe benefit is that rich people from China are leaving China with some of their money. So you know, when that happens, California being the first stop of the immigrants from Asia, is going to receive a lot of money, you know, in a lot of ways, and including the real estate investment. So you know, look out for that, and you're going to have a lot of Chinese looking for investment in real estate, and that is good for the real estate market. Also, they're thinking of China and Taiwan situation, and it's not going to be a lot of changes probably this year because China probably learned the lesson from Ukraine, and it's not a advantage for them to wage a war against the U.S. So for probably 2023, hopefully that nothing will happen between China and Taiwan. So that's a good news also. Hopefully, lastly, and the Ukraine war will probably end in 2023. And if that is the case, then the world can come back to a little bit normal in the later part of 2023. So all these things are coming into the horizon, and I'm very optimistic that the real estate market of 2023 will not be as depressed as expected to be, and get ready for the revival of the real estate market. Now, and also this is a good time to prepare yourself. If you are thinking of going into commercial real estate, now we do have a program from Coldwell Banker Commercial. They have a 6-week session. They specifically for Coldwell Banker George, starting from February 16th. It's 6 weeks, 6 sessions, and every 2 weeks. And this is a very, very good program, and it's free to you. They will teach you from the beginning of the commercial real estate, and to really get you into practicing the commercial real estate. So it is a very good program for all the agents, whether or not you want to get into commercial real estate or not. So don't miss it. And Ruben and I are really promoting this program. If you have any question at all, please contact Ruben and I will give you some further information. But we already sent out the flyers, and it's going to be started February 16th. Okay. All right. So with that, I would give it back to Ruben. Ruben, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Appreciate it. Yeah, just to reiterate, those commercial sessions will commence on the 16th of February, and they're going to be every other Thursday from the 16th. They're all going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning. So if you're wondering what days they're going to be, or it's always going to be at 10 a.m. on Thursday every other week. Okay. That reminder went out this morning, but it will go out, I think, 3 more times prior to the closing of the registration. Okay. So before I hand it over to Anthony, he wanted to share his screen. I want to go ahead and just do the drawing for today, so I don't forget. So today's drawing, I have Edgar here picking them out, so it could be fair. We got 2 Starbucks cards today, so it pays to attend. All right, the first person is Huang. Congratulations. Huang. How do you pronounce that?
Huang.
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 What's the first name?
I don't know. That's what it said on their that's why I ask everybody in the morning to change their, that's what it said under Zoom. So
there's a lot of Huangs in our company. Ruben.
Should I try another one?
I think so. Without the first name, how can we identify?
Is that Cecilia?
Oh, it's Cecilia. Oh,
no,
okay, Cecilia Huang. Okay, it's Huang,
it was
Huang.
Alexander. No, it's a Shirley.
No, it was. Oh no, it's whoever this is right here.
Huang.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Shirley.
Yeah, then it's not Cecilia.
No, not Cecilia. I'm sorry. What was your first name?
Shirley.
Shirley.
Oh, Shirley. Okay, Shirley.
Okay.
Well,
you can pick up. You can pick up your Starbucks card in my office. Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
And then the second person for the Starbucks card is Wei-Li Chen.
Wei-Li Chen. Okay, good.
All right.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. All right.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna hand this over to Anthony so he can share his screen. He has something to present.
All right, thank you so much, Ruben. You know what, over here at CBR, George, we just want to go ahead and provide you the much value as possible. One of the things that we came to a conclusion is we need to be prepared, right? So our office, we have amazing producers, we have amazing agents, and you know, statistically, most real estate agents or offices, only about 15% of the office is producing. And we came to a conclusion with leadership, Ruben, myself, Peter, and Doug, we just want to get everyone producing, right? So that superstar vibe starts with you guys, the vibrations, the preparedness, the confidence level. So next week, we're going to have Frank join us. He is on a flight. Unfortunately, he couldn't do our training today. He was mid-flight. So that was an emergency. We're going to have him next week, and we're going to cover really briefly in this 10 minutes about what he's going to be showcasing with us next week.
Thank you, guys. Buen día.
Alex, can you mute yourself, please? Alex and Annie, please.
No worries. So we're going to go ahead and just briefly talk about, you know, stuff we need to prepare for next week and just things that we already know as agents already, right? So Frank is really great at productivity coaching, getting people to just, you know, switch that light on and, you know, do what you're great at. You know, it all comes down to what we're amazing at. So Frank's going to go ahead and do that. So a lot of the questions sometimes, you know, a lot of people are entering the business and saying, you know what, I see this person killing it. I see my colleague killing it, right? But sometimes they don't know this production was in the making 5 or 6 years ago when they started their Spirit Influence, when they started their farm, right? And statistically speaking, anyone that joins a company has an opportunity to be a top producer in their farm. You just have to put the work into it, right? A lot of the people, you know, that I've coached before that's been able to crack that code is they're just persistence, right? They're persistent, they're determined, and they're confident, right? So those 3 things that you got to put into work along with systems. So if you don't have a correct systems that you're actually putting on a day-to-day basis, all your hard work is going to go to waste, right? Say you're cold calling, you have amazing contacts, you have people that want to work with you, but if you're not organized, if you don't have systems in play, you're probably going to burn out within 3 or 4 months and you'll be at the same productivity level of 3 to 4 deals a year. But if your systems in play, you have discipline, if you have accountability people in your circle, guess what? If you're doing 12 last year, I guarantee you, you're going to do 18 to 24 transactions per year. That comes with systems, discipline, and being accountable. We talked about last week, find 3 accountability partners, right? It's very integral into your success. So mine is Peter. I have a coach myself. And I have my daughter and my wife who keeps me accountable, right? My activities. So my wife would ask me today, well, how many contacts did you call today? My Spirit Influence is quite different. I'm more of a face-to-face type of person. I'll call people out the blue. How you been? How you doing? Do you need anything from me? It's been a while. You know, I know the COVID thing's been taking place. You know, how's life? You know, those type of questions, it's open-ended questions. And guess what? People are going to ask you the same questions back. Hey, I'm in real estate. I'm doing great. I'm with a great office, CBGR. Not sure if you've heard of them. Talk about you. Talk about the value that you have, right? That's how you set yourself out from someone who's different, okay? Agents who know what they want and know how to get it will act with confidence and conviction. Now, what does that mean? When you step into a room and you know the answers already, I'm pretty sure you're going to pass that test with flying colors, right? That's the same way we want to act when we step into a listing appointment or when we talk to someone about real estate, right? Your confidence level has to be skyrocketing above and beyond. How does that happen? It happens with we're exposed to different ways of getting business, right? Things that we're going to do things this year that you probably haven't heard of this year, right? And things that's going to capture the baby boomers down to the millennials, right? And that's going to get you confident. When you're confident, your closing ratio is quite high. So those are the type of things that Ruben, things that Peter, myself, and Doug want to get in our office and get it entwined with our office, right? So those are the type of things that we're going to be doing this year, along with Frank, our coaching. And it all comes down to one thing, the business plan. I'm going to have Ruben email a business plan this week. It's more interactive. I want to know what you guys are thinking, what you guys did last year. And it all comes down, again, these same 3 questions we talked about before. What do I want to achieve in my life 1 year from now? What do I want to achieve in my business 6 months from now? What do I want to achieve in my life 6 months from now? We're talking about short-term goals, right? A lot of us come into the real estate market saying, hey, you know what? When I first get my license, I want to be a millionaire. Without a strategic plan, without ways of doing things, we can't get to that magic goal, right? Of being a millionaire, or even closing one deal. Our biggest hump sometimes is closing that one first deal that we have when we first get our license, right? And for those superstar agents we have in our office already, how do we get from closing 24 deals to closing 50 deals to 60 deals? How do I become my icon in my market area? How do I become that first person people think of when they think of Monterey Park real estate, right? Alhambra real estate, Temple City real estate. You want to be top of mind at all times when it comes to real estate, right? And that comes down to auditing your activities schedule. Just like the IRS, they're going to audit your tax returns if you feel, if it's fishy, if things don't, sound right. And just like your activities and your productivity of the last year, let's audit it, right? You have to do a self-audit on your activities and your schedule. So it comes down when I talked about discipline and time blocking, you got to be very strategic and very meticulous when you schedule your day, right? So for example, we all have the same hours of the day, right? Speaking, we do 8 hours of activities to do whatever we need to do to get our productivity up, right? If we do it strategically, if we time block correctly, if we audit our schedule, hey, what didn't work last year? I was cold calling for about 4 hours a day, it didn't work. How come it didn't work? And that's what we're here for. We want to audit those activities that didn't work for you last year and figure out, hey, what is it that you did strategically last year that worked for you, right? It would have been maybe your SOI. Let's say, for example, you threw a couple of home buyer seminars that worked for you. We got to really focus and hone in on those activities and 10 exit, right? So let's audit. I want you guys, this is homework next week. I'm actually going to be in the office next Wednesday at 12 p.m. We're going to do social media training. I actually want to audit your activities and show me what worked last year tremendously that got you the most clients or got you the most traction last year, right? And those are the type of things that we want to hone in on, okay? And let's talk about last year again, right? So this right here, let's not start any new projects. Let's close the projects that you worked on last year, you committed to last year. Let's wrap them up. Let's look at your production from last year, 2022. And let's start generating 10% of new business that you've never ever done before, right? And that includes things that you're going outside the box. Let's go heavy in the appointments this year, let's do things that are out of the ordinary. For example, if you're not comfortable talking to senior centers, let's say, for example, you have a goal this year of talking to seniors, right? You want to sell to seniors because essentially they're the most people listing their homes right now. Let's figure out a way of how you can get in that audience, how you can sit in with the senior centers, how you can talk to those individuals, right? So those are the type of things that we want to do to get your business strumming. A lot of the newer agents reached out to me via email and asked me, Anthony, I'm a newer agent. Can you show me ways to drum up business right away? All right. So one of the things that I've done for my coaching clients last year and people that I work with who've seen their productivity go up a little bit is they work with investors, developers, and flippers, right? And I think Frank will talk about that next week as well. We're going to dive into that, but it's a different set of individuals you want to work with, right? And we're going to go quickly in 5 minutes through this, and I'll give it back to Ruben. But I want to talk to you guys about 5 ways to identify flips so you can work with investors, so you can work with developers, and it opens a new door of business that you probably wouldn't think of before, right? So 5 ways to increase your business by 15% is working with these individuals, right? They're different from the traditional buyers and sellers that you're used to, right? So number 1, driving for dollars. Driving for dollars is basically you just walking around your neighborhood or you're driving down the street and you see an old, ugly home, broken windows, unkept lawns, smell of urine, things like that. That is an investor's dream. They love those type of homes, right? They want to flip those type of homes. My suggestion, if you want to drum a business, align yourself with an investor who's looking for those type of homes, right? And I want you to, again, with Spokeo, we talked about Spokeo last year, is to cross-reference that address into Spokeo, that home that looks distressed. Write down that lead and give them a call. Hey, are you interested in selling this home? Typically speaking, a lot of these homes that need TLC are actually inherited by a son and daughter. It's handed down to a different inheritor. right? Or it could just be owned by a corporation or by entity that just doesn't care about that particular property at this time. A lot of times people don't want to pay the taxes on it. They don't want to do the upkeep, and they're willing to sell for the right price, right? So when you align yourself with an investor, you can give them this lead and represent both the party of the investor and the seller of the distressed property. So that's one way of generating distressed property leads, right? Number two, I'm sure you get emails in your mail all the time about wholesale properties from New Western, things of that sort. Get to know these guys, right? They might have deals that they might present to you first. Hey, Ruben, I have this off-market Monterey Park listing. Do you know anyone who might want to buy it? And you have your 4 or 5 different investors, developers you work with. You can quarterback that lead and give it to them. And guess what? You present both as well. So real estate wholesalers should be in your Rolodex of who to talk to as well. During your power hour activities, go ahead and look for homes that have been on the market for 200 days or more. All right, 200 days or more on the market. I'm pretty sure those homes aren't going to sell. And if they're distressed properties, if you work with an investor, there's a strategy called shot in the dark offers, right? So you'll make offers on behalf of your investors and try to get these into escrow, right? At 60 or 70% value. And that's typically what these investors want to buy at. So when you align yourself again with these investors, they love to pick up great deals. And if you're doing your power activities, throw this into your power hour activity, looking for homes that have been on the market for 200 days or more on the market, right? If you guys haven't heard of distressed property websites, it's called Property Radar, things of that sort. I'll email that out to everybody. But these are the websites that you're going to go ahead and do and actually interact and see which properties are being foreclosed on or late on their payments. And you can reach out to these individuals from your perspective to see if they want to work with your investor as well, right? So those are some of the things that you want to look out for. County tax records. County tax records. People don't make their payments on time. They're going to go ahead and be forecasted in county tax records. So if you have an extraordinary title rep, they can help you out with that, okay? And we talked a little briefly about last week, Zillow profiling, right? Your Zillow profile. Please update that. If that is your resume, and I think Frank's going to talk about that, when people search for you, that, this is going to pop up first. Again, Zillow is still #1. Look at all those websites. Even though we're one of the biggest real estate companies, we still fall short to Zillow. They get a majority of all the Zillow visits, right? That's why your profile has to be clear and inviting, right? Make sure you have that clear picture in your bio. And we'll talk about that next Wednesday, February the 8th, 12 p.m. I'll be in the office at George in Alhambra. I'll look at your social media, and also we'll take a look at different strategies. If you need anything that you need help with to identify your business this year, I will be there along with Ruben and leadership. And I'll pass it back to Ruben. And guys, get ready for next week. We'll have Frank on, and he's looking forward to coaching our office.
Anthony, you mentioned about distressed property. I think that's a good thing that you have some leads on it. Now, do you have any list that pertains to the San Gabriel, the Valley area, or do you have any lenders that you have connection with that will inform you of the distressed property periodically?
The best thing to do, Property Radar gives you more insight when people are missing their payments, and also when they're going through foreclosure, right? A lot of the agents that I've coached who've been successful connecting these people is their first phone call, their first interaction is of help. Hey, I just want to reach out to see if you need any help on your property, or if you're receiving any letters that you need clarity on. When you're reaching out from that point of view, it seems more easy strategy, right? But if you're reaching out to a point of view where, hey, I understand you're in foreclosure, those are the type of messaging people don't want to hear about at first, right? So go into Property Radar. There's a couple more websites I can message to our agents, and I'll compile email. But reach out. Your first interaction should always be from a place of helping, not from a place of like finger point. I know you're late. I have these strategies to sell. People want to hear about that. People want to say, hey, you know what? For example, hey, Catherine, can you help me out? You know, I don't know what this letter means. I'm quite scared. And then from that point, you can kind of walk them through, hey, these are options, right? You can sell directly to investor, or I can help you sell traditionally. You know, which way can I help you with? Right.
Yeah.
So we'll get that information out to our agents.
Okay, yeah, Anthony, and also most of the banks, they have a preferred broker when it comes to distressed property. So most of the property, they already contacted their preferred brokers before they put it on the public, you know, about the distressed property. So I think it's better to, you know, if you have a local lender that work with you, better to contact them personally and find out what kind of distressed property they have in their bank's portfolio.
Definitely that too. And also I want to give you a secret one is probate.
Yeah.
Right. If you have a good, if you just know the death in the family, or, you know, you're using Spokio as well, a lot of probates tend to be fixers, right? A lot of the probates are owned by people who are older, quite older, need a lot of TLC. And the kids who inherit the properties don't have time to fix up the properties again, put it back in the market. So they need an easy exit strategy. And that's when these amazing agents at George, we can help them out with that, right? We're going to, hey, you know, understand that you had an unfortunate situation, but if you need any help with quarterbacking your property, let me know. I'm here to help. That messaging always hits home, rather than they get this letter as, I know that you inherited a property, taxes are there, it's heavy. They don't want to see that. So we'll figure out some strategies together as a whole. I know that Frank has a lot of amazing content next week. And I apologize, he was stuck in a flight mid-air, but we're going to have him next week to ourselves, and we can answer those. We can ask him those questions that we might have, right? We want our training here to be more interactive. If you guys have a question for either myself, Ruben, or Peter, let's ask, right? There's no wrong question to ask here. You know, we're all here to learn, and we're here to elevate and become the #1 office in the San Gabriel Valley. So that's what we're here for.
Peter, I just want to let you know, we do have distressed properties listings if you need it. All of the leads, we do have it, and I can send it to everybody if they need distressed property leads.
That's good. That's
There
good.
you go.
And also, if you have a sphere of influence where some of the people that in your sphere of influence die, or but that, you know, in the family, then they all and when you call them and give them your condolences, you just ask them, hey, is there anything I can help with your property? If you want any help on listing the property or selling the property, you know. And I just had a case last week. You know, my good friend's dad died, and you know, they have a piece of property that he want to give it to the kids, and then the kids asked me, hey, I asked them if they need any help on the property. They said, oh yeah, you know, this property, we want to sell it and distribute the proceeds to the beneficiaries. So in that sense, I got a listing already. So that's a good thing to try, you know. And it's you know, it's very easy to do that when you establish the channel of communication.
Agreed. And, you know, just the topic of, you know, the messaging and trying to talk about it is the most difficult part. But if you know them already, like Peter said, if you have a relationship, and if you're a family member, or if you have a good spirit that you know that they passed already, the great messaging was given their condolences, and somehow come from a place of helping a value. And I think that's the most difficult. A lot of people want to conquer and talk to probates, but they don't know the messaging, right? Because it's very difficult to be compassionate and be business-like at the same time. So again, next Wednesday, I'll be in the office from 12 p.m. I'll be more than happy to help you guys with your business plans, any clarity on how to talk to probates or distressed properties. Again, we just want to get you guys to top tier level, and we're going to do it together as a whole. Back to you, Ruben. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Peter. Annie Fan, are you with us? You had another source, right?
No, I'm sorry. It's my True Fidelity, and I do have another source. If anybody do need access to distressed properties, we do have all distressed property leads available to you. I can provide you the access to log in, and you guys can pull up any property within the San Gabriel Valley that you're looking for.
Perfect.
Yes, Ruben, so yes, Chicago Title, we also have that. And if the agents, they want it more details on, let's say, the 30 days late, 60 days late, I text it to you. Let me know if you want me to set up the meeting for you so you can meet the vendor.
Very good idea. Thank you.
Perfect. All right, and I had a question in the chat box from Christina regarding the commercial classes. They are going to be via Zoom. I do welcome agents to come to our training room. We're going to be displaying it on the big screen. But just so everybody's clear, the speaker and the host will not be in person. It will be via Zoom. Okay, that will be done through CB home office. Okay. All right. I don't have Alhambra's new business, unfortunately. I don't know, Peter, do you have, I'm sorry, Arcadia's?
I don't have Arcadia's. No. I'm
Okay,
not.
I'll just go over Alhambra's and
Yeah.
perhaps Doug can go over Arcadia's next week and combined with the new business.
Yeah.
So
Ruben, can we ask a question to Anthony?
sure, of course.
Anthony,
Okay.
are you still on? I think he logged out already. Let me see.
Dirty guy. Okay, I have a question, and maybe Ruben, Peter, or if you get back to Anthony, you can answer this. I go to a beat up old house and I knock at the door and I present myself. I'm wearing my badge and look nice with my jacket and tie on. And I ask the people, you know, are you interested in selling your house? If I sell my house, where am I going to go? And I said, well, there's a lot of places you can move to. Where would you like to go? Well, I can't afford to move because then I'm going to get stuck with paying taxes and blah, blah, blah. What do you tell these people?
Well,
Tell them that they can take advantage of the Proposition 19.
Yes.
You know, if these are senior citizen at 55 years or older, they can sell the property and transfer the base to the new property at the equal value of the old property, and don't have to pay any property tax increases. And that's
Okay,
very
I'll
good
give you a
for-
scenario, Peter. I went to a guy's house and I had been by there 3 or 4 times and I looked at the comps and stuff. And I told him that his house was worth almost $800,000.
Okay.
And he said, okay, if I sell my house for $800,000 and I live in Temple City, where can I move where I can get a big yard and a big house like this for the same price? And I was like, there's a lot of options.
Yeah, there's a lot of them anywhere in California.
But he didn't want to move to Baldwin Park or La Puente or that kind of stuff. So I was just like, I was stuck because, you know, he didn't want to pay higher taxes and he didn't want to, because what good is trading dollars when you're going from where you're comfortable and you've been there and you know everything about the area and moving to, let's just say, West Covina. What benefit was it for him? And this is what he asked me, of moving when he's comfortable where he's at.
Well, unfortunately, it's not going to work for every client. You know, there's going to be certain clients that it's just not going to work for them because of their choices and stuff.
If he doesn't want to move any other area, that's it. I mean, if he so love his current residence, nothing you can do about it.
If you allow me just to make a comment over there, is what we call motivation. There's no motivation over there, so it's no sense to spend the wheel if there's no motivation over there.
Okay. But you know, I walked over to him and he had no interest in selling, and I was trying to convince him, you know, why do you want to put up with having to upkeep this old house and stuff? And I wasn't trying to insult him or his house, but you know, I was like, okay, have a nice life, and when you die, your kids will inherit this. And I even made a joke about it. I said, how many children do you have? And he goes, 3. And I said, well, actually you have 4. And he goes, what do you mean 4? And I said, well, Uncle Sammy just became one of your children. When you have to pay the taxes on it.
Yeah, unfortunately, Franco, it's not gonna, you can't force a sale upon everybody. And, you know, they have to have their own motivation, like Alex said. So you know, all you can do is try and move on, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
I just wondered if Anthony had an insight to what you can say to those kind of people.
Yeah, thank you for your comments.
You're
can
welcome.
Offer your services and then just keep in touch with them because they might change their mind down the road and stuff. But you know, you don't want to force stuff upon them or try to convince them in something. That's how people get into trouble and stuff. So
Yeah. Okay.
Thank
all
you.
right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Franco. Thank you, Alex. All right, so moving on to new business from January 23rd to January 27th. Congratulations to Sophia Chow. She double-ended a commercial property in Almani for $980,000. So congrats. Hector Zamora put into escrow a property in Los Angeles for $650,000. Elena Pedra also had a lease in Alhambra for $27,600. Christine Fenn, congratulations. She had a lease as well in San Gabriel. And Annette Say, she put into escrow a residential property in West Covina at $740,000. So congratulations to all those agents. New listings for the week for the same duration. Sophia Chow had a commercial listing in Almani for $980,000. I think that is the same one that she double-ended. So now it's in escrow. So she listed it and put it into escrow the same week. As did Hector Zamora. He put a residential property in Los Angeles for $650,000. So I think he got that into escrow the day after. So it was only on the market for 1 day. So that's very good pricing on his part. So congratulations to everybody. All right. Unfortunately, we do not have Arcadia's numbers or new business today, but Doug will just disclose those next week with the new business for this week.
Ruben?
Yes, who's that?
It's Marie. Can I say congratulations to Shirley Guerra? She opened up a new escrow on Puente today. So congratulations to her for the
Okay, Shirley.
Awesome. Congratulations, Shirley. We'll be sure to mention that as well again next week when we get the numbers. Okay. So next week, hopefully we get Frank Herrera to speak. He's part of the Tom Ferry organization. We had him booked for today, but unfortunately, due to circumstances, he wasn't able to attend. And then, yeah, we'll move on from there. Okay. Don't forget about the commercial classes. Email me if you're interested. Okay. Peter, anything?
No, that's it. I think that everything is good. All
right. Have a good week, everybody. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye-bye. See you next week.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.